I don't know. This is a documentary about how many people actually read books anymore. Now, I know a few of my brothers and sisters that read books because reading actually stimulates your mind. Television fucking brainwashes you, and television puts me to sleep. But when I read a book, well, way back when I was a youngin', I read Where the Red Fern Grows. It was a great book. I did a lot of reading. The Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew and Tom Swift and all the Western books. I've read every single fucking Western book that Louis L'Amour ever made. I did a lot of reading. Here, excuse me while I break my arm, pat myself on the back for all that, but it is written in my book of life right here, sitting on my office desk here. Reading is the fountain of wisdom. Not this internet shit. Artificial intelligence, and who knows what the fuck's going on with all that bullshit. And that's what I say about that. To read a book, well, actually, I'm lazy now and I can't see. So I downloaded audiobooks on, what the fuck is it called? Google Play Store, whatever the fuck. But all that aside, get out of my way. Where the Red Fern Grows was such a beautiful book. And the movie now, which, I mean, it's been out for years and years. And you know what's cool about it, though? They all wear coveralls like me. Maybe I'm returning. Okay, some people say when you get older, you return to your youth. But I think I'm returning to my roots of where I started. I don't know if that makes sense. Of where the fuck I started. My beard looks horrendous, doesn't it? And it's gonna look more horrendous. I don't give a shit. You fluff it up for the YouTube. Where the Red Fern Grows. Where was the other one? Huckleberry Finn. And Tom Sawyer. And I've read so many tremendous books. What was that guy that fucking wrote the poems? He had a big fucking nose. I can't remember. It was some Greek, Latin, some shit. I can't remember. I can't remember it at the moment, but all that aside, Where the Red Fern Grows, if anybody doesn't like that song, they're anti-patriotic. And there's another one. Used to draw a tear to my eye every time. Old Yeller. When you get, a friend of mine says, when you get older, you revert back to what you grew up with. And that takes me to the next level because it is written. You teach a child in the way they should go, and when they get older, they will not depart from that way that you taught them when they were young. Teach them music, teach them Americana, teach them how to cook. I don't know, I'm all over the place. But I've been watching this, Where the Red Fern Grows. It was a great book. I read it 100 times, made me bawl like a 2-year-old. And I'm a grown-ass man. I don't give a fuck. Anybody wants to laugh at me, they be bawling like a 2-year-old too when I get done throttling them. It's funny as hell, though. Hey, solid as a rock. But all that aside, I forgot what the topic was, but I believe it was books. And I even have the audio book of the Bible because I'm too lazy, very irresponsible, and procrastinating. So I just push the button on the little computer. And I don't have to read it. It reads to me in audio voice. Modern technology, ain't it fucking great? Excuse me. My lungs ain't been feeling good for the past couple of weeks. I'll be alright though. I look pretty silly dying at nothing. But the audiobooks, okay. Now, when I was in lockup in the it was just county, it wasn't nothing prison or nothing, no big deal and shit, just bullshit that they were trying to put on me. I would read like 3 Western books, about 230, 250 pages a day. And you know what? I was no longer in that isolation cell. I was riding the plains like I used to before I was married. And I've seen real shit like that. I've been to these places. Carson City, Yuma, fucking, the list goes on and on. El Paso, the Alamo, I've been there too. I pissed on it. And I was drunk as fuck that day. But all that aside, reading is the fountain of wisdom. It is written in the Holy Bible. And I only know a couple people that actually read books. I mean, read them. I can't see really good no more. In this Bible here, the letters are so small. You try to read your prescriptions. How do them old folks read their fucking prescriptions? It tells you what time of day to take them and how much you're supposed to take and this and that. When the letters are this fucking big, you can't even fucking see them. I'm going blind probably from either diabetics or from staring into the sunset every night for years and years and years and years. And I probably got retina burn, similar to like what a welder gets. If he doesn't have the proper mask, you get retina burn and it burns your fucking retina. There's a retina. What the fuck? But Where the Red Fern Grows was one of my favorites books, and I'm watching it on YouTube right now as we speak. But I put it on a pause so I could do a documentary to share the goodness with you. And Old Yeller, it would just reach right into my fucking guts and just make me bawl like a 2-year-old. I loved Walt Disney movies, the real Walt Disney movies, not these animagotic fucking things they got now. This is crap. But I read a lot of good books. I read some William Shakespeare. I read, what was that other guy? Mike McMillan or something? The Ways of the Peaceful Warrior. Oh, I'd like to get, I don't think that was his right name. But the book is called The Way of the I get tongue-tied sometimes because I'm a little lacking in my cannibals, whatever the fuck they're called, teeth. The Way of the Peaceful Warrior, Dan McMillan, or something like that. If you like reading, you'll love that. He's hiking in California in the mountains and he runs into a sage. And she turns into a black cat. And she invites him into her lodge, whatever the fuck it's called. And she tells him some stories. And the book is amazing. It's amazing. Dan McMillan, I believe that is his name. The Teachings of the Peaceful Warrior. What was some other good books? Oh, Moby Dick. Read that. Tom Hardy, Nancy Drew. Read that. Tom Swift, the guy, the little kid that was a rocket scientist back in the day when my mom used to put me in punishment. My mom taught me how to do time. She'd lock me in my room and give me a banana, a cup of milk, and a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Wait till your dad gets home. And they bought me a whole shitload of Encyclopedia Britannicas. So all I did was read. I read and I read and I read and I read. There was no computers back then. But all aside, I don't know. I just thought I'd share that with you. Reading is the fountain of wisdom. When with getting wisdom, it is written, gain understanding. Wisdom lays at the I can't remember, but it is written. She cries out in the market or by the fountain. Who will hear me and who will become wise? She will put a crown upon your head, a garnish of crown or something. I'm going to have to do some studying on that before I start ratchet jawing about something that y'all might not believe, but it is written in this book right here. It's backwards because the camera's fucked up. That's a Holy Bible on my table. I don't know about anybody else's table. I read some other good books. Oh, there was this one. Can't remember. It was this one that I had to look it up. The Teachings of a Peaceful Warrior is Dan Millman. I had it all mixed up. Takes me a minute to remember shit sometimes. Blame it on dementia or the wet brain or the traumatic brain injury. I live with it every day. It doesn't matter. I'm learning to deal with it. What was the other fucking book? Oh, the Holy Bible. I recommend Proverbs. Proverbs give you the book of Proverbs. You know how I used to tell what day it was when I was in the county jail? There's 31 Proverbs. So each morning I'd wake up and read one and say a little prayer to, and then I'd mark a little X in the pencil on the wall. Okay, I know what day it is. And the perfect mathematics of this whole situation is there's 150 Psalms in the book of Psalms in the Bible. Right there. You can check it if you don't like it. So what is 5 times 3? Or no, I'm sorry. 150 divided by 3. So you read one proverb in the morning, and you read 5 psalms at night. Psalms are more like songs, like music. And it gives you that, you know what I mean, like that. Proverbs are for wisdom, give you something to meditate on from breakfast till lunch till dinner. But Psalms would give you something to soothe you at nighttime. 5 Psalms every day or every evening at night. 1 proverb in the morning. That's how I kept track of the calendar. Been there, done it. And rest in peace, Reverend Grunke. Grunke. He used to come every Sunday. And he was a military man in the Navy and stuff, and he was a pastor and all this stuff in the military. And he would come, and we would sing a few songs, and he would just pray, bless us, and with his wisdom. With wisdom gain understanding. That's, I don't know, but rest in peace, man. He passed away from cancer or leukemia or something. And then we didn't have no church to go to in the county jail. That was a sad day in Dawson City, let me put it that way. That reminds me of an AA meeting. One buddy, I think it was Jinx from Salamanca. We're at the AA meeting, and this and that. He comes in, he's all puffed up, he's getting out, and that afternoon, I don't need none of this. I don't need nothing. And that night, he got drunk, and somehow the door in the van opened up, or he jumped out of it, wasted, going like 60 miles an hour. It was road dirt. He gone. That very day, when he said, yeah. But I was thinking about books. The topic was books, or, you know what I mean, and how they convert them into movies. Now, how about all these Steven Spielbergs? Or, Stephen Kings. That motherfucker is twisted in his mind, but he makes some fucking serious money off of this twistedness. It's like Eminem. Now, if I put a song out there about putting my mom in the trunk and dropping her over a bridge into the fucking river, I'd be in jail forever. And I wouldn't get paid. Crazy fucking world we're living in, you know. But you know what? The red fern, where the red fern grows, is all American. All Americana. The Ozark Mountains. Maybe in a past life I was there. I don't know. I don't really go for the past life thing. I believe we get one roll around this merry-go-round. And if we don't get it right, we're pretty much gonna be In Old Yeller, I went with the red fern grows because Old Yeller, I'd be sitting here, I don't even have enough napkins for that movie. Just takes you way, way back when things were proper. Things might have been a little more difficult because you didn't have electronical shit. You gotta go out and split wood and you want fire. Do the math on that. Yeah. And then what happens when you can't split wood no more? or you get a busted leg, there ain't no hospitals. I don't know. Just a bunch of silly thoughts, but I had to share this with you. Just because that's how I roll. And I get tired of talking to my cats, and they're sleeping. They don't even pay attention. I scored a new table, though. Neighbor brought me over a smoking hot table. And her husband says, well, if you fall down, because I got bad balance. I have an inner ear situation, and they're checking it out. I don't know what the fuck. But I lose my balance a lot. I can't even ride a mountain bike no more. Just walking to the bathroom, I fall into the whatever, smashed my face on the dryer the other day. But he's like, well, if you fall on this table, you won't break it. It's a nice table. They blessed me today. I like neighbors that, good Samaritans, you know what I mean? Because I had the other one with glass on it. I'm surprised I didn't cut my neck and died and bleeding to death. Who would know? Nobody's here. What, the cat's going to go call the ambulance for me? Oh, shit. I don't have one of those buttons. Help, I fall and I can't get up. And I'm not laughing at you old folks that have those buttons, but I wish I would qualify for one of those. And I called Amazon. I'm on fixed income. I don't have no big paper savings or anything like that. I live day to day. I called them about a hover around so I can get around because nobody gives me a ride around town. Oh, shit. 22 minutes. I'm long-winded. I hope y'all had the patience to keep up with Daddy. Holy fuck. All right, then. I'm going to go back to my Western movie, or Where the Red Fern Grows. It's an Ozark Mountain movie. I got my Ozark Mountain hat on. Well, it's my Billy Jack hat. But, thank you, Ruthie, if I didn't say thank you for this hat. And I know you got it from some dude you were hanging out with, but I don't care. I'm sporting it. I washed it and I sported it. Peace be with you. God bless. Safe travels, and you and yours. In Jesus' name, amen.